record and all that too. So we will see. If you've seen the way I've played, especially recently, I'm just not shy about shooting the ball. So the game will dictate what that looks like. I'm not coming out with that as a true goal of how I'll play, but crazier things have happened.
Steph Curry with the shot. Let's get it. Time for quick takes. Steph Curry hit 7 threes in last night's win against the Magic. He needs 16 more to break Ray Allen, my favorite player of all time, his three-pointers record. And as you just heard, Steph said don't rule him out breaking in the Warriors' next game versus the Blazers. Stephen A., will Steph break the record in his next game?
I think that's going a little bit too far. What does he need? 16 threes in a game? I love Steph Curry. I think he's the greatest shooter God ever created. I don't see him hitting 16 threes in one game. Maybe the game after. I can see him hitting 9 in one, 7 in another, 8 and 8 back-to-back games or something like that. Hell, I can see him hitting 11 or 12 threes and then 3 in another. But 16 threes in one game, I don't think so.
I don't know. Like KG said, anything's possible.
Over the course of games.
No, they was asking about the next game, though.
Oh, okay.
The next game. I don't think it's happening. It's happening within the next 2 games.
Okay. Key, the Hurricanes officially parted ways with Coach
Chamberlain and then one for everybody else. Why does Steph Curry make you think of that?
Because he's about to shatter every three-point record known to man. And we're going to look back at this era of basketball, and he's going to be the signature guy to actually change that. When you're making 9 three-point shots in basketball games, that's the dominance that Wilt had as a rebounder like Russell, right? A dominant player in the paint like Shaq. But Wilt was more than just a dunker. A lot of people don't realize that. He actually had a soft touch and a really nice turnaround jump shot over his right shoulder.
Off and off glass.
Off the glass. So absolutely, the way he dominated. And by the way, Wilt has 6 games of 70-plus points. The history of the NBA has 5. That's what I got for you.
It's Wilt. It is. The guy that you have to look at the numbers. Sometimes I try to make young sports writers and media people, my own son, when they start talking about Harden and even Jordan and they start talking about Durant, I go, stop. Go to basketballreference.com. We're going to look at the Wilt page now, right? We're going to look at the Wilt page. You're going to put down YouTube. You're going to put down your phone. And we're going to look at the numbers that Wilt Chamberlain put up. Did you see that? Remember, he averaged 50 in a season and another season of more than 40. And today is the anniversary of a 55 rebound game.
Correct.
I mean, he and Russell would average more than 20 rebounds in a season. So, yes, there's only a couple of people that go in that category.
Here's where I part ways with both of y'all. Everything that you say about the great Wilt Chamberlain is true, and the numbers are the numbers, and they speak for themselves. We could say the same thing to some degree about LeBron. We could say the same thing about the athleticism of Michael Jordan. We could say all of that. Here's what we have to realize about Steph Curry. You ain't 7'1" or 7'2" like Wilt Chamberlain. You're not a 260-pound locomotive like LeBron. Not everybody is born with the gift of having the aerial assault that Jordan could bring your way. Steph Curry is a 6'3" dude that you believe. I'm not saying you can do it, but you believe. I knew that I couldn't be Wilt. I'm just a 6'1". I knew I couldn't be LeBron. I'm not 260. I knew I couldn't be Jordan because who can jump like that? But every little kid believes that if I walk in the park and I practice my jump shots enough, I have a chance to be him. Now, we all know you don't.
Right.
We all understand it. But what he does and the normalcy with which he makes it look in terms of his size and what he brings, 6'3", little bit long arms, and just launches. The radar kind of accuracy that this brother has. Shoot from better than 40% from three-point range every single year of his career, just like Klay Thompson. That's what makes it so special.
The appeal is different.
The appeal is different. That's all I mean by that. The appeal is different.
But the point, to go back to the original thesis, is that who would have thought 50 years later no one would approach Wilt Chamberlain's numbers?
Correct.
So all these kids on the playground, 50 years from now, Steph Curry is still going to have all these three-point records. That's the point we're making.
He is. And Stephen A., the reason why we're saying it's impactful like Wilt is because Wilt had that level of dominance in the paint and around the basket. Steph has elongated the game, so it looks so very different. Wilt looked different, and Wilt was cool. He led the league in assists, played 48 minutes in every game in the season.
But I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that Steph being 6'3", to the average person out there, he looks normal. And I got news for you. If you're somebody that can really, really, really shoot, okay, with ball handling skills to create your own shot, it is possible that you can ultimately pull this, what Steph is pulling off, a generation or two from now. It's possible because you're talking about a sniper. Think about it. Klay Thompson is one of the top 3 to 5 shooters of all time, and that's his teammate. So it's not like there's no one in the stratosphere. Klay Thompson has also never shot less than 40% from three-point range ever in his career.
37 threes to pass Ray Allen. It seems like you could do that in like 2 games the way you're going right now. How much do you care about that number?
Kind of blocked it out. And then this year when it started, it was like, this is, the milestone that's ahead and just a matter of when. Now that we're under 50, it's like, this is a pretty special chase. I remember watching the game when Ray passed Reggie and just feeling the emotions of it and understanding how big of a deal it was at that time. And, 10, almost 11 years later, it's me in that conversation. So it's pretty crazy to think about.
I'm looking at the greatest shooter in the history of man. He can shoot from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Those guys did not shoot with the range that you shoot with. No one was near the spots on the floor you were letting it go from routinely. When did range become a thing?
In college, going into my junior year, it was kind of a reaction to how people were defending me. It's like, there's not that many bodies out here, so maybe make it easier on myself if I can knock that down. But from there, it's just kind of a natural progression of the work that I put in and the creativity I had to just try stuff.
Curry's gonna put it up, you know that. That guy's incredible.
Is there such thing for you as a bad shot?
I was about to say one that doesn't go in.
It's legit?
No, because, if I'm taking a shot, there's a confidence that I can make it.
We buzzing in Cali, baby.
Who's your peer? I mean, an active player who you consider a peer when it comes to just shooting the basketball.
Klay's the first person that comes to mind just because I see it every day and I've seen him evolve into a marksman. I feel like we both have like an irrational confidence of like shots that we can take and make, and it's been cool to have that healthy kind of competition, for the last, 10 years.
Are you anxious to get it back?
Oh, 1,000%, because we elevate each other.
I'm just sitting there looking at what the Golden State Warriors are doing. Is there anything that this team can't do at a high level?
Does any of what has happened this season so far, I hate to use the word surprise, but this didn't have to happen like this?
If you told me we would be 18-2 to start, I'd probably look at you a little sideways because we had some unanswered questions, trying to implement some new guys that we knew on paper that the pieces would fit. But there's no guarantee that you can put it together as quickly as you can. And then defensively for us, that's the piece. Draymond is the best defender in the world. His creative eye for that end of the floor is unmatched. And so everybody loves, when I can put the ball in the basket, the fact that we can score with the best of them. But the reason we've been dominant so far is because of our defense, and that's been huge. So hopefully that carries throughout the season.
It is coming. He can taste it. Steph is going to be the NBA's all-time leader in three-pointers made. He's coming into Friday's rematch against the Suns just 34 threes away from breaking Ray Allen's record of 2,973 career threes. And Steph is averaging, get this, 5.4 threes per game this season, which is on pace to be the single most in a season in NBA history. And Steph is the only player to average 5 3-pointers per game. And you know what, though? That's light work. You know why? Because he's done it 3 times already. So this would be the 4th. And based on his current pace, that puts Steph just 7 games away from breaking Allen's all-time mark, assuming that he doesn't miss a game. He should break it sometime in mid-December. That's during the Warriors' 5-game road trip. He's going to face his brother in that time. So, that's going to be fun. So I have a question for my friends over here, though. Everyone's been to a baby shower, right? Y'all might have even,
No, I don't go.
You didn't go to your own kids' well, you know what? We'll get into that later. But at baby showers, we play this kind of game, right, where there's a bingo and you kind of guess the baby's name, the date of birth, how much. I was about to go off. All right, but we're going to do that for Steph, right? I want to know kind of when he's going to break the all-time three-point record, all of those sorts of things. So let's get into the questions. The questions are going to be, what game does he break it?
Okay.
What quarter does he break it?
Oh, snap.
What will be the distance on the three that he makes it?
Ooh.
Will it be assisted or unassisted? If it's assisted, who gets the assist? And when does Steph hit 3,000 threes? All right?
Jeez.
Okay?
Yeah.
You guys remembering all that? Because I'm not going to say it again.
I got it.
I know you got it, Perk. All right, Janae. Drum roll, please.
I think he does it right before, if not during, the Knicks game on December 14th. Just because that's
Right
a
before,
great...
if not during. Okay.
You know
We're
what I
gonna
mean?
say
Like, he
December
gonna do it.
14th.
He gonna December 14th. You know,
Which
he
quarter?
might get it before because
right.
I think if you're struggling shooting, you know, one night, look forward to the next game if you're a shooter because they're gonna go off. So it can happen earlier, but that's my bet. December 14th.
Not assisted. Okay. Richard?
I'm not even going to put up my graphic because I don't remember what the hell I said. I'm going to be really honest. No, I think he's going to break it in Boston. I think it's going to be a poetic space because obviously Ray Allen played there, so there's a connection. There'll be a respect.
There's not a connection with Ray in Boston no more. But keep going.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Apparently, people are still grumpy that he went on to win a championship in Miami.
grumpy.
But anyway, let's stop talking about that.
From deep.
But from deep. I don't know where. Is it going to be assisted? No. It's from deep. I don't know. It's going to be far. But at the end of the day, I think he reaches 3K before the first of the year.
All right, Big Perk. From deep?
I see him doing it in the Garden. The fans are going to try to be hostile in New York.
All right, so we got some crossover
here. Yeah, in New York. I see it happening in the second quarter. A 28-footer, no assist, just pull up, and he's going to reach his 3,000 three-pointers made on Christmas Day. It's
You know what I appreciate, though, about Perk? The specificity there. 28. It's not going to be 29. It's not going to be 27. It's going
Can we
to be
just have a
28.
timeout after he does it so we can all enjoy it as a people?
Well, no, good for Steph.
I think that's going to happen.
Okay, good.
And you know that they're all going to be, feeding him all night, waiting for him to,
Can we just say one thing?
What?
Is that possible for
No,
you?
but I'm just saying.
All right, one thing.
If you guys saw that video when there was like, Steph, do you have any bad shots? He's like, no. And he's telling the truth. There's not one person on this panel, not one person in the entire NBA community that will say Steph has a bad shot. There's not.
Right.